All right, so that was module 1. This is module 2. If you haven't completed module 1 completely, like all the things that I just said, please do that and take time. Don't rush through this. You have the entire month of February to do this. Every month is a different modules, a different subject for that purpose. We're not jumping back and forth. But let's get into month 2, which is product. Your product and service creation. Now that we did all the market research stuff, we figured out which business to business product and service we want on both ends. It's balanced. Remember, we're only focusing on one right now, so you shouldn't be overwhelmed. We're going to be talking about the creation of it for their eyes. So we're going to start with creating content. Wow. I love content. We're going to be talking about content and communication next month in a wider range. But for right now, we're just going to be talking about content in your product and your service for business to business and business to consumer. Remember, everything I'm talking about is for both. You got to have both. It's like a mirror. Hello, how you doing? I'm fine. So yes, that's how it has to be. Creating content online is so important. And you have to think about the things of need. I always say the need, but also you have to get into the shoes and speak like your customer. The number one thing I want you to write down, am I speaking like my customer? This is important. If you're not using the language that your customer is familiar with, or your customer is adapted to, or your customer can understand, or your customer can actually feel excited about, you're not going to get them. And content comes from even your product description or your service description. Sometimes being simple is the best thing. Why? Because it's overall, people are going to understand what you're trying to say, what you're trying to provide, and what you're trying to do. However, when you're doing something online, you have to make sure that you're using keywords and key things that will make them say, I saw this once or twice or 3 times. So there is the beautiful part about Google Analytics. And if you have not, and we are going to be talking about Google Analytics and all that, this part is important. If you don't know what the major keywords in your industry is, you need to check out your Google Analytics and see what people have been Googling or what people have been researching in your industry, because you can literally mimic those tags and do them into your content. Now, a lot of people ask, how much content do I really need to create? Honestly, keep it short and sweet. If you overload your customer, even especially on the business side, you've lost them. You gotta sell them why they need to buy rather than all the little details. I repeat, especially for the business side, you gotta sell them why they need to buy and what's your competitive advantage rather than all the little details. They don't need to know it. They don't need to know that it's going to get here in 12 to 6 days and No, it's going to get there rapidly under a certain amount of time because you need this, because of that, and you're falling short on this, and I can provide this. That's how business to business needs to work. For business to consumer, they're the same way, but you have to create the excitement. You have to make them stare at the window waiting for them, like everybody does for Amazon, right? People are like, where's my order? Where's my order? Checking their order. Like, you want to create that excitement. So make sure that when how much you're creating depends on how much excitement and what are the information that they need. For customer, details are important only if they matter. Write that down. Details are important only if they matter. Meaning, if there's a really important detail about a certain part of, if it's jewelry and you have to be really important about allergies, if it's fabric, like a certain cotton that is really, really well, whatever the case is, if the detail is important, then yes. But you don't need to go into so much detail that it loses their interest and they don't want it. The next one is that you have to be able to plan a creation process to get the work done for your content and for anything that needs to get done from a business to business to a business to consumer. From the minute someone inquiries on something, or from where you're going to take them. We were talking about that in the first video. Where you're going to take them and planning a creation process to get things done. You can't just be saying, I'm going to do that next week. I'm going to do that next month. I'm going to do that tomorrow. No, you can't do that, because what happens is, and this is something that lots of startups and small businesses know, the success of a startup or a small business is all dependent on how quick you are. Yeah, I'm going to say that again. How quick you are. Yeah, I'm going to say that again. How quick you are. No, I didn't rewind that. It's important. It doesn't matter if something doesn't work. It's easier for you to take it back, take it out of the market, and go and move on to something else than go on this slow pace. And then customers have so much time to really know what you are. But if you move quickly, they won't even remember you did that. Then when you bring up the another things, they're going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm on the roll, because it was so quick. This is the part that's going to help you, because sometimes you don't know if things are going to work. That's why with startups or small businesses, you don't know how it's going to work, because you can do all this stuff, but you don't know if your idea is just like amazing. And just like any business, it takes your business up to 2 years for even really making a profit. So you can't just say no right away, but you have to be conscious of the process of getting things done on a timely manner. That's why your timelines are important. Also, lead ideas to grow your list with subscribers already interested in your product. And the way you do that is, what is the associated product or service? Write this down. What is the associated product or service that goes with what you're doing? That's where your customers are. That's where your customers are. I'll give you an example with our business, because I absolutely am obsessed with it. I love it, and I'm so excited. And I don't know if you guys saw on social media, but we just got picked up by the Southern California Museum. Yeah, I know, right? Amazing. So, see, I lost my train of thought already. No, you have to look at where your customers, what is that associated product or service that they already are in love with, because that's your customers. And it has nothing to do with being the competitor. No, I'll give you an example with us, because that's where I was going, right? So we know that people who buy our spices are foodies. We know that, but not just any foodie. People are open-minded foodies, because there's a difference, okay? The people that really like to go out to eat, they love different cuisines, but they're also not just foodies, they're health kicks too. So remember I was telling you about Whole Foods and stuff? We know that the health is actually the most important. They love food and they're foodies, but health is really, really important. So we look at different aspects of where they shop, where do they go, what things do they buy, what do they participate in, what subscriptions they have, either in Prime or whatever for pantry or a food delivery service, and we know that's our customer. So when we know those are called lead magnets. Write that down. I'm giving you guys some good stuff. Lead magnets. Those are people that you don't really need to really sell. You just don't, because that's their lifestyle, which you should already have been doing that. But when it comes to your product or your service, that's how your content should be written anyways. All the other people that will funnel in, it's because of like, oh yeah, I kind of do this. But your lead magnets are places of that association. So think of your product or your service right now, from a business to business to a consumer. Where are those customers shopping? What is their lifestyle? What is it? What are other things that they're buying that they know if your product was in the store with them, wherever they're buying it, or the service, if it was right next to each other, you know that they were going to choose both and put it in their cart. Think of it like that. Because what's going to happen is that those are your lead magnets, and that's magnet, not maggots. And then that's going to be a great start. But building a driven wait list and selecting beta testers is going to be the first thing. So now we have our content. We know how much content we need. We're going to be creating a process for this product and service. And now we already have the lead magnet ideas. These are ideas. So you're going to be writing this down. Where are your customers? Remember, if they have your product or service, they're going to take yours and the other person's, and they're going to go with you. Okay. So now we're going to be building a wait list and the beta testers. You're not going to open the doors to just floodgates to everyone, because you need to test the idea with beta testers. You need to test them with real people. Not computers, real people. People that will tell you, your website is so complicated. True story, when we first started Two Peas in Apothecary, we had this website. And, it was just so darn pretty, but it was so whack. I mean, like, it was so hard to shop. People would go on their stuff on their shopping cart, and they were like, I can't get back to add more things. So they would only buy one thing, but they wanted more. Or we would have one person buy like 5 different orders, but it would be not in all one. And then it was just a mess, but it was so pretty, but it was not functional. What did we do wrong? We didn't have a beta tester. We beta tested it. We were like, oh my God, this is so awesome. You can't do that. You can't even me, I make mistakes too. Yes, I do. This is why I'm sharing all these ideas with you, not only on my blog, but also in Beauty and the Brains. I give you a lot of information that I've done, I'm still doing, and especially when I was doing my own clothing brand with buyers. Oh my gosh. Beta testers. Anything with fashion, you need to have test models. You need to have people wearing them all day long. Yes. Have them just put it in the wash just like normal people do, because not everybody goes to the dry cleaners, okay? Leave it in the hot, leave it in the heat, leave it in the cold, whatever the case. You need real beta testers for certain things. We have some of our customers as well that they test some of our stuff, and even our parents, they would be like, oh, our parents don't like anything spicy, but there's just one that my mom, she really likes, and she's like, I like this is really good, but let me be honest, and it's great to hear. You have to be open-minded. You have to be open-minded when you are creating a product or a service, especially from a business to business and a business to consumer. You don't feel like you need to change everything, because you take things with a grain of salt, literally. But you also have to remember that this is why beta testers, and you're building a product driven based on a wait list. I'll give you an example. If you have a service, you're going to open it to your beta testers. And after you do all those kinks, which we're going to get into the next module, this is how you understand how to keep opening it up. If you open the floodgates to 1,000 people, you're going to have 1,000,000 bugs at a time. But when you have a wait list of certain people coming in, you'll be able to fix things. We're going to go on to the next module right now, but I really want you to think about your lead magnets that you need to write down, and also these beta testers. Who are beta testers that can give you honest truth? A lot of people talk about bloggers. Yes, I get it, but they love free things. That's the reality, okay? No, you got to get people who you know will be real true beta testers who will tell you how it is, but also might even want to upgrade and be like, can I just be a part of it now when you fix your kinks? All right, you guys, let's go to the next module. I'm super excited, can't you tell? And I'll see you soon.